Likes it wide of off, doesn't mind it straight, plays square of the wicket. Pace, good pace.
140.5 kilometers an hour, 141 kilometers an hour. That was quick. He's into his fourth over. Rabada conceded 21 runs. Cross seam again. But you see, that's where young bowlers should learn. Cross seam, you're bowling the 7th over with the second new ball. Cross seam is not going to seam around. And when you hit the deck with your seam, then you'll get the seam movement.
.46 with that loss.
ले आए एक्सप्रेस पावर, महंगे पाउडर के मुकाबले पूरे 100 रुपए कम और सफाई में कोई फर्क नहीं। तो फिर ज्यादा पैसे क्यों दें? एक्सप्रेस पावर, महंगे पाउडर वाली धुलाई 100 रुपए की बचत के साथ। तो हो निहारी इटालियन या बड़ी फीस्ट, खाने के बाद डब्बाल ग्रीन टी प्लीज। अवेलेबल इन 8 फ्लेवर्स।
बैंक अल्फाला के किसी भी करंट अकाउंट के साथ मिले 600 से ज्यादा ब्रांचेस का वसी नेटवर्क, हर कोने पर ATM, 24 आवर्स ऑनलाइन बैंकिंग, डेबिट कार्ड, अल्फा, ऑर्बिट्स और ढेरों फायदे। बैंक अल्फाला, वे फॉर।
More than 1 lakh Pakistanis selling their cars on OLX every month. OLX is the smarter choice.
तुम गिरना अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकते, इसलिए नए सर्विस टायर्स बनते हैं यूरोपियन स्टैंडर्ड्स के मुताबिक जर्मन टेक्नोलॉजी से। ग्रिप सर्विस जैसी, तो फिक्र कैसे।
अमरेली स्टील्स का सरिया इमारत को देता है मजबूत खड़े रहने की ताकत।
So Pakistan well on the way. Here's Chris Morris into the attack. Just a little over-pitched. And down the ground from Imam, a 50 partnership. And aren't they delighted?
Yeah, the perfect start for Pakistan. Morris comes into the attack, he's looking to try and find his length, trying to work things out, slightly over-pitched and punched down the ground. Beautifully played. Pakistan, they're under pressure, they haven't performed all that well in the tournament. What do you need? You need your openers to set a tone, and they've done that. 50 and 7.1 overs. Perfect start.
They're that well together, these two for Pakistan, Imam and Fakhar. This their 7th opening stand of 50. And they average 55.2 opening together in one-day internationals. The balcony, watching on. Mickey Arthur there, second to the right with the sunglasses on his head. Be mighty pleased with what he sees so far. It's been a very difficult week for the Pakistan team since that defeat to India.
Yeah, Mickey Arthur, he'll be happy. Nothing better than an opening partnership just to settle that dressing room down. When you're in the field, obviously everyone is out and it's just the coaches that will be discussing things, but when you're batting, the team has the opportunity to sit around in the dressing room and everything is calmed down when your players get you off to a start. Gibson, he would have been hoping for a few wickets, not to be so far. South Africa might have to look at their plans going forward, how they're going to manage the process. Let's actually have a look at the game plan that Rabada has employed so far to Zaman. He's offered up some width and he's so strong in that area. He has to be careful. If he comes over the wicket, he can't offer up any width. It needs to be really tight on the stumps. There's the example of what he wants to be. The option is to come around like he did against Munro. He has some great success bowling to left-handers around the wicket. He tucks them up, cuts that angle down. And have a look at the percentages. I think his success rate over the wicket to left-handers 35 average, around the wicket 23. So I wouldn't be surprised if he decides to come around.
Oh, through the gap. Oh, what frustration. There's been so few chances created even, and then it's Chris Morris finding the edge.
Extremely disappointing for the South Africans. Great delivery from Morris. Length is good, goes across him, finds the edge. And you'll see Hashim Amla, he's basically at a second or third slip position. Sometimes captains do that, always trying to make him cover the run down to third man. But unfortunately that gap left. You're in England, so you've got to mind the gap.
Huge piece of luck for Pakistan. Two more boundaries off that over then. 54 without loss. Looking for that Yorker. He's still going over the wicket at this stage, Polly.
Yeah, he is maybe trying to get the ball to shape back at Zaman, but he's really potent with those, this KG. Doesn't mind trying it with the new ball in his hand. Some people are scared because the field's up. They don't like to venture up and go for the Yorker. Father Time sits on top of the clock here at Lord's. He's been around a lot longer than the rest of us.
South Africa have just got such a big task. Faf du Plessis has spoken about the mental approach, trying to put performances behind them and move on. The New Zealand defeat was a crushing one for them, and the captain said he felt like he aged during the course of that one game. Wow, it's well bowled, but a big swing and a rare miss that time from Thakur.
Yeah, South Africa have been struggling. They needed to get off to a good start. Just getting up some great paces. Kahisa Rabada, 147 kilometers an hour. Zaman trying to open up that deep mid-wicket area. Bit of a baseball shot. First strike goes to KG.
Predominantly Pakistan supporters in the ground today, and they've had an awful lot to shout and cheer about already. Yeah, I mentioned the difficult week the team have had. Pakistan players take an awful lot of flack, particularly on social media after the India loss. Very, very passionate fans, and cricket does need passion. It comes in bucket loads. And Pakistan are playing. There's some South African supporters, Polly. They are here too.
Well, they've probably had their fair share of social media interaction as well. Pakistan have that opportunity, the extra game in hand. If they can win today, their tournament's back on track. South Africa has a mathematical chance to maybe getting through, but they have to win all three.
Beautiful delivery. Well bowled Rabada, 55 for none. Yeah, it is a prominent slope from grandstand across to the mound stand side of the ground. And bowlers have to adjust. Batsmen have to adjust to it as well. That's the grandstand side. Square on. Fabulous view. Can take a little while for the eye to adjust to the pace of the ball from square on, but you feel very close to the action when you're in that stand. That was up the slope.
Yeah, there's always a lot of discussion about the slope, but sometimes you can't portray exactly what a steep slope is. Well, we've got an example, we've got a spread lever. Everyone's hung a picture in their time. There you go. That's where you get the nice and level with the bubble right in the middle, and that's much of a slope. That's on the actual pitch. That's how much the slope is. So it's present, it affects the game that's played here at Lord's, and you have to negotiate as a batsman, bowler. Even the wicket keepers and fielders have to have it all worked out. It adds to the character of the ground. Fantastic.
Well, Harfish out of catch it. There's that protection down at third man. A slope 2.5 meters from one side of the ground to the other, but this another edge.
Yeah, South Africa are going to have to show some great character to fight back from this situation. They haven't done well in this World Cup so far. They were hoping for a fast start, something positive in the first 10 overs. Hasn't been that way. Pakistan have dominated, 57 without loss. They need a wicket, and then South Africa need to try and get themselves back into the game.
Third man to play again. Talking of the slope, Polly, which end did you prefer to bowl at when you bowled at Lords?
I didn't have a choice in my first few years. Alan Donald took the lead, and as the senior pro, he was allowed to choose his ends. But yeah, I actually quite like coming from the pavilion end, the end that Chris Morris is bowling from now. Particularly with my game plan, I used to try and hover it around off stump, and to right-handed batsmen, they always thought the ball would nip down the slope, so they ended up playing at deliveries that they probably could leave alone. But if you were looking to get some shape, then I used to come to the commentary box and try and get the ball to swing and nip down the slope.
Just the 3 runs off the over from Morris, 58 without loss.
ऊपर रिक्वेस्ट करो, स्कोर बनाओ और आईसीसी क्रिकेट वर्ल्ड कप इंग्लैंड में जाने का मौका पाओ.
This poppin' got your mouth dropping, super tongue shocking, feel the taste rock. Hella ice cold, taste so bold. Been a living, shiver, giving, winning when we loving Pepsi. Can't get enough. Bold living, always loving Pepsi, Pepsi.
अमरेली स्टील्स का सरिया इमारत को देता है मजबूत खड़े रहने की ताकत।
किंगटॉक्स छोड़ेगा नहीं, मारेगा चुन चुन के।
Tropicana, goodness of best fruits, now in Pakistan.
जलजलों से हिफाजत के लिए मुगल सुप्रीम इस्तेमाल कीजिए। घर छोटा बड़ा नहीं, घर महफूज होता है।
And another change of bowling. So Andile Peklaqueo now replacing Rabada. 5 overs went for 22 runs. So he's opting for around the wicket but overstepping first up. And talk about the slope there, can it also affect your run up as a bowler? It's putting you a little bit off balance.
Yeah, can play its part, but this isn't the ideal start for Peklaqueo. First delivery, and Fakhar Zaman absolutely loves to go after the bowling. Now he gets a free hit. It's comfortably over. It's on the line, which doesn't belong to the bowler. And you can't change the field. You've got the extra man back, but this could be a no moment.
Well, it gave him some width. Well, it wouldn't have mattered if it was caught because it was the free hit. Just really didn't get hold of that one.
He didn't middle it, I think hit at the bottom of the bat. Definitely the first session won by Pakistan, 58 without loss. Good start in that power play. It's their second best power play of the tournament. They got 69 without loss against England, which they went on to win. Others have been 45 for 3 against the West Indies, 51 for 1 against Australia, and 38 for 1 against India. So positive signs for Pakistan.
Something distracting, Imam. Still got Amla there at slip. Yeah, batsman pad. Well, strong power play for Pakistan then. Imam ul Haq and Fakhar dealing mostly in boundaries. Some wonderful strokes played. And some flair. 6 as well for Fakhar Zaman. A wonderful straight drive, well stopped. Good stuff from Rabada.
A good bit of commitment from Kagiso. It's what you absolutely love as a bowler. And you get delivery slightly wrong and it gets punched and looks like it could find its way to the boundary. Someone dives and cuts it off. Senior pro Dumini appreciates the effort of the athletic Kagiso Rabada.
Well bowled, just inviting the drive outside off.
Have a look at those first 10 overs from a beehive perspective for South Africans. You can see how many deliveries are wide of that off stump, really wide, and that's going to bring about boundaries. Both these batsmen obviously left-handers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them have gone to the boundary with some width. Needed to be a little bit tighter, the opening pair for South Africa.
Again, looking to hit with the angle and down the hill. 2 men out, a deep mid-wicket and a deep backward square. This is Joel Wilson, the square leg umpire. Oh, a bit of hesitation. And that's the over. Let's keep things steady if you're Pakistan. 61.
Just for men for hair and beard. Buy अपना natural looking color सिर्फ 5 मिनट में.
iBase International.
Tropicana, goodness of best fruits, now in Pakistan.
बच्चों, मुस्टैशियो ने मुझे भी ट्रैप कर लिया है और मुझे चाहिए तुम्हारी हेल्प। तो वेबसाइट पे रजिस्टर करो और प्रिंस एडवेंचर आर्मी का हिस्सा बनो। प्रिंस आउट।
अमरेली स्टील्स का सरिया इमारत को देता है मजबूत खड़े रहने की ताकत।
My style, my signature. Chrome Extreme Series.
जलजला से हिफाजत के लिए मुगल सुप्रीम इस्तेमाल कीजिए। घर छोटा बड़ा नहीं, घर महफूज होता है।
Been very impressive. Wasn't in the initial team for South Africa, drafted in late and has backed up that selection. It's been very good in the 3 or 4 games that he has played. 6 matches, in fact, this one today. So he played in 5 others, 9 wickets at average of 20. Good economy rate. Twice he's got 3 wickets. So he's actually been the surprise package. Not a lot of people gave or had much faith in him before rocking up here at the World Cup. But as I say, a late inclusion. He's answered the call.
Fakhar could be out. Is out. Imran Tahir. There's the celebration. However, the batsman hasn't moved. Chris Morris was left looking at him mid-pitch. Imran Tahir, well, he's certainly taken a stinger. Look at that.
Yeah, he's taken it pretty, but the clear thing we need to wait and see is the soft signal. Often these aren't shown too clearly on the television because you have to get out to that angle so quickly. What is the soft signal? It's what South Africa will be waiting on. They're going upstairs, but they believe it is not out. So that's interesting. There has to be evidence to convince the umpire that it is not carrying. They're convinced, and Faf du Plessis is going to have a quick chat.
Directed from third umpire, fair catch review.
We start with front foot. Tahir was not happy, believed, but he took it.
That's fair delivery. We move on to your best angle of the catch, thanks. Okay, have we got anything else, or is that, can we zoom that up a little bit? We need conclusive evidence to overturn this soft signal, not out. Nice and slow if we can. Have we got another shot there, Gavin? The hands look separated there. I'm just trying to get that clear if I can. Thank you. Thanks, Gavin. Okay, thank you. So we need conclusive evidence. Just roll that back, please. And we freeze it as it looks like it's touching the ground. Just there. Okay, thank you. I'm ready to make my decision for the big screen.
Well, this will feel like a controversial moment if you're a South African supporter. The captain, Faf du Plessis, clearly not happy, seemingly, with the soft signal. I do wonder, though, that if it had been soft signal out, would it have remained out? Looked to me as if the ball, having gone in the fingertips, bounced off the turf and up. That's sort of what you see visually. Is that an accurate representation of what happened? It felt as if Tahir certainly felt it was a clean catch.
Yeah, it was a very popular decision in the ground. A lot of Pakistan supporters, so they were pretty happy. It's also interesting to understand a few things. Dharmaseen is at square leg for the dismissal, so he turned around. He's within 25 meters of Imran Tahir. He was the one who gave the soft signal as not out. There we can see where he's standing at the edge of the square. He turned around quickly to have a look at it, and he was not convinced.
There he goes again. Bit of insult to injury, finding the gap beautifully, Fakar.
So often it happens. The decision goes against you as a bowler. The next delivery ends up at the boundary. This could be a momentum shifter. Pakistan just got quiet for 2 or 3 overs. Now they have a decision that goes in their favour. Tucker gets on to the next one, puts it away to the boundary.
And South Africa needed a break, and they thought that they'd got it. So you've got to really dig deep into your reserves.
It's interesting as a player in those situations as well. You know that it's made contact with your hands well above the ground. And then you feel that your 2 fingers, you'll see there the spinning fingers, I think they are, of Imran Tahir, they get squashed into the ground. So he believes he's taken it comfortably above the ground. And when the ball's hit the ground, that it's squeezed his fingers into the ground. And he has no doubt, he feels like he's got his 2 fingers underneath. That's why he's celebrating in that manner. He thinks it's clearly gone into his hands comfortably above the ground, and when it's hit the ground he's felt the pressure on his fingers, so he believes that he's kept it squarely above the surface. Once it goes upstairs and once there's a soft signal, not out, it was never going to be out.
And I think that's why we saw that reaction from first Imran Tahir and then Faf du Plessis straight away, knowing that if there is some doubt, it's very difficult if it is a close one like that. We've got to go by the pictures.
This is the areas that Zaman likes to score. Offer him any width, he'll whack you hard through that offside, and if it's back of length he'll play that pickup shot square of the wicket on the leg side. So strong in those areas. Have to be nice and tight on the stumps and have a good area and good lengths.
And over 6 runs came off it. How damaging will that be for South Africa? 67 for none.
Next.
डैंड्रफ वापस आ गया तो शैम्पू बदलो। हेड एंड शोल्डर्स करी डैंड्रफ की जर्म्स पे असर, 100% तक डैंड्रफ मिटाए और लौटने से रोके। कंधे से बोझ हटा दे हेड एंड शोल्डर्स।
Golden Pearl Face Wash Cleansing System for fresh and beautiful skin.
full driven. And a run on the misfield. Oh, Chris Morris. Not been the happiest of overs for him. The misfield allowing another one.
That's why they slide in that fashion, to get something behind it. If you don't grab hold of it with the hands, you've got a barrier of protection.
Delicately played. Third man's quite wide.